photos. All right, so this is the actual photo of the property, Miss Tanya. Okay, so remember this one here?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
We've looked at so many.
No, I remember this one. Yeah.
That exterior, nothing.
You're
Cut the
right.
grass. You know, if these are these picket fences, if that's raggedy when we get there, replace it. You know, to replace this picket fence here and over here, maybe $600. So not much. That's labor and material.
Okay.
Kitchen, remember what we said we would do? Paint
Yep.
the cabinets, change the hardware, boom. And you could even leave the same countertops, not sure the condition of the countertops, but the cabinets for sure, just paint them in new hardware. And you just add a little backsplash back there, done. All this will be painted anyway. Done. In and out. Because it's a rental property. And not sure what's on the other side of this wall right here. This is ugly. You know, it's ugly. So I would change all this to add the value back to the property. That's not hard work. Okay. Paint floors, done. Paint floors, done. See, you see how fast we just fly through it? Paint floors, done. You know, this one here, you may need to do some light fixtures, but you can always order the LED recessed lights, make it bright in there. So that's not a big deal either. New door hardware, not a big deal. Bathroom, update the bathroom, not a big deal. We look at this bathroom, we're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I don't care. It's going to get redone. Redo the bathroom, done. See, we just move on pretty quickly. That's kind of odd. You got the toilet right there and the shower over there. That's kind of odd. So, but either way, it's not a big deal because we're not doing the work. And this looks like this could be, I don't know, it's kind of weird. This looks like like a laundry pan right there. It's kind of weird. Got the base.
I can't see you. Are you sharing?
Yeah, you can't see my screen?
I can't. Can y'all see it? Yeah, I can't see it.
Nobody can see it? Hold on. Coach, no wonder you disable my screen sharing, Coach.
Oh, my bad.
Man, I'm over here going in. I'm going in, Coach.
Yeah, yours should be working where it's on mute. Okay, yeah, y'all on mute. Yeah, y'all on mute now. Yeah, man. I know I just put the security stuff on, man, before we get Zoom on.
Appreciate that.
Let me make sure. All right, which one you? But by you being a host, you still should have been. But
yeah, it still got me disabled.
Huh.
Well, because I put out on there I was a co-host, and so yeah.
All right, there you go, bro.
That still sounds disabled.
Hold on. It's making me do another thing. All right.
Hey, note to self, don't give Coach the power. Hey, look, he just gonna take it.
You got a sword, man. You got a sword. Remember, He-Man.
Right.
All right, you should be good, man.
Let me see. Okay, boom. There we go. Because you just got me over here just going ham. All right, well, you guys probably saw this stuff here. Yeah, like I said, bathroom is a bathroom. New floors painted. You know, one of the things here, they put recessed lights in here. So that's one of the things we'll have to change, but that's not a big deal. That pink, that's ugly. Now, yeah, it's not a big deal. You know, especially this is a rental. If you're looking at this as a rental property, perfect. This is a perfect rental property. Excellent property to do, you know, what Coach loves to do, the BRRRR. Excellent project for that. So when I'm looking at this project here, I'm looking at, you're probably more along the lines of 50,000. You know, so now let me show you what 50,000 actually means for a transaction like this, right? So let's see here. This is what 50,000 looks like. So did you say 300? said the ARV was 312. 312,000 times, watch this, 0.7, because they'll give you up to 75%. 75%, okay, 234 minus 50,000 on repairs, okay, equals that minus 110,000 what you pay for the property. Yep. So coach, you could actually refi out of this property here, $74,000. Now, here's the thing. If you refi out $74,000, you have to make sure that the property actually cash flows. So if you're refining $240,000, you need to be able to rent this property for about $2,600 a month. So she stated that the rent for this property is actually $2,000 per month. Now it's $2,000 per month with, the current layout. So if you go in, you will want to add somebody out there honking the horn. You'll want to actually add a bedroom to increase the value a little bit, to increase the rent. So instead of $2,000 per month, you'll get up to $2,200 per month. But here's the thing. If you only pay $110,000 for this house, coach, so you got 110 grand, right? So, yep, plus the 50,000. So you're all in 160,000. Now, if you want to cash flow, really good, I would suggest refinancing out about 210,000. And the reason why I say 210,000, because I've refinanced several properties in that area at 210,000. So if you take 210 minus 160, now that's $50,000 that you can actually walk away with tax free, 50 grand. And once you add in there, closing costs, things like that, you're probably walking away with about $40,000 tax free. And so, and imagine if you have, an investor on this deal and you want to, split profits. I don't know, but you just have so many options. You could literally buy this house here, renovate it, rent it out, refinance your loan from a short-term loan, which we're going to discuss this today, from a short-term loan to a long-term loan. And once you do your renovations, your refi, boom, you're walking away with $40,000, 40 smackaroos. Coach, how does that sound to you? Well, while you gather your thoughts, it sounds damn good to me. Damn good to me.
Oh, I can pay a bill or two with that.
Oh yeah, right. Just a bill or two, huh? I like it. No, it's amazing. What can be done, just by finding the right deals. So when you're seeing these, investors walking around in these like fancy suits with these expensive belts, expensive cars, this is one of the ways they're doing it. Just one of the ways. They're finding these assets that they can actually acquire. And what they're doing, they're finding these assets that they can actually acquire. Then once they acquire it, boom, they're slapping a loan against it on the property, on the asset, just the business, the asset in general. And boom, they're walking away with money up front. And they're able to, finance their lifestyles. So imagine if you're able to do, let's just say you're doing 4 of these a year, and you're walking away with $40,000 each time. That's $160,000 a year. Now, $160,000 a year that you don't have to pay taxes on because it's debt. That's how you win. That's how you win, my friend. So whenever I'm looking at these deals like this, I'm sitting here like, holy moly, I can't let all this go by. I'm saying this to myself. So now I'm sitting here like, okay, well, all right, I've been thinking about some things and restructuring and, my business and getting some things, cleaning my house and getting things in order. So now it's like, well, shoot, hey, I'm just going to knock this one down too, knock this one down too, knock this one down too. And next thing you know, every single month, you could be buying a property and you could be buying a property and putting $40,000 in your pocket. Because if you space it out, you're buying one house this month, the next month, you're buying a house and you have another property that you're refinancing. You're buying a house and refinancing, buying a house and refinancing, buying a house and refinancing. So we can get that structure down. Shoot. And I just said 4. I'm looking at probably knocking out 8 to 10 of these a year. 8 to 10 of these a year. So 8 on the low end, 8 times $40,000. If you're doing that, $40,000 times 8 times, that's $320,000. I think everyone on this call tonight can actually, survive off of $320,000 for more than 1 year. It is possible to do that. And so what we're going to discuss tonight is like, okay, well, all right, hey, look, I'm down. I want in on this. I want to do this. I want to be a part of this. And I can show you, like, I got deals right now I'm doing right now that with those types of spreads. And because of that, I've gotten picky. It's telling you, see it like, nah, don't offer that. Nah, don't offer that one. Man, that one, not that one, not that one. And the reason I'm not saying it because it's not important, or it's not a good deal. I'm saying it because, like, no, whenever we get our properties under contract and we're wholesalers, we want to be known as the group that's taking excellent deals to the market. So when we're like putting them out there, boom, 3-4 days, they're gone. Somebody's contacted us, reached out and said, boom, let's do this deal. Another excellent deal right there. So now let's discuss, like, before I move forward, who has a question on that? Who has some feedback on that? Who wants to add something to that? If you guys got something that you want to add, got a question about any of that I just shared with you, boom, just raise your hand. I can unmute you and you can actually ask your questions, or you can actually type your question down in the chat box right now while I get some water.
Go drink some water and you gather your thoughts. And we definitely would like for you to, include your thoughts in this so that we can be able to relate this to you. First, pardon me for my tardiness. I dozed off real quick. I'm here now. So listen, Coach is finna share with y'all. He just shared with y'all a strategy to make your money make money. He shared you a strategy to show you how you leverage debt to gain assets. And after you gain the asset, you gain money that you pay less tax on than worry about paying taxes on. There's so much more to this business. And it's the strategy he's learning is not a strategy you learn before you start. You learn that strategy because you start. And what I want to say before Coach to go back and start telling y'all more, you got to understand this. For whatever reason, somebody told you that you have to learn everything before you start, or you need to know so much before you start. Real estate is not one of those businesses. It's one of those businesses where you jump in and you go with it. And as you go with it, you grow with it. You go and you grow. So leverage the time, leverage the opportunity. This is the opportunity for you to win if you do the work. Now, if you're lazy and you're not a worker bee, yes, this is not for you, right? If you're scared, yes, it's for you. Because if you're scared, you're going to make really good decisions when you make the decision, right? When you're not scared, you're going to make reckless decisions, like not go by the numbers, right? Like be scared and now, hey, I'm reckless and I don't care. I'm just going to say yes to everything. Then you get bad deals. But when you start and you're scared, then you're able to make smart decisions because you sign up with coaches, you sign up with somebody to help you walk you through the deals. Then you know that you got somebody that's been experienced and has done things that you haven't done that you desire to do. And now you don't have to make reckless decisions because you run it by somebody before you make it. Now I'm going to say this, I'm going to let Coach have it back. Remember this, we're all scared. We all want to win. We all going through the same thing. But the difference is some of us take a chance on trying and figuring out what right look like and not talk to their mom, talk to their dad, talk to their friends, talk to their loved ones. They just take action. And for action takings, you get reward. If you want more than the average person, you got to do more than the average person. You can't be average and get big results. Only average people is going to get average results or less at best. And the average people are the losers in the world because they get taxed higher. They get picked on. They're living check to check. They're waiting on a check to go buy stuff. They're using their check from their job to go on trips, to pay for nice things. And people get mad at the rich and the rich get richer because they take risks, they take opportunity, and they decide to bet on them and not be secure. And that's scary, but it's not reckless. Scary for everybody, but not reckless. Reckless is living check to check and count on a job that's not guaranteed to be there tomorrow. COVID-19 taught us that. Work today and tomorrow you can be gone. And they'll lay you off and they're getting robots to run all AI running everything now. They're getting robots to run all the Walmarts, all the grocery stores, less people working them because you can't count on them. And then guess what? When all that happened, folks that don't have real estate, don't have something like a passive income coming in, is going to be saying, the rich are getting richer, they're wrong, they're bad people. No, you're lazy and you're scary and reckless. And that's why you're where you at. Because you're scary and you're reckless and not scared and making a move. So that's a hard truth for some. And that's why Coach Joe is here to give y'all a smooth over version of it. But I'm just being honest right now. You got to make decisions. You got to live above being like average people. Because average people are the ones that get picked up. All right, Coach, I'm sorry.
Hey, what you sorry about, Coach?
You can't be that honest with people.
No, you know, you can. And you speak your piece and you move on and keep doing the things, the productive things. You know, you speak your piece, move on, keep doing productive things. And those that are willing to follow will follow. Those that are not, they're willing to watch. You know, they'll watch or they'll follow. But either way, you're gonna have eyes on you, Coach. And so that's the beautiful thing about, you know, introducing concepts, ideas, whatever you do, and you connect with people. They may not be ready today. You know, they may not be ready tomorrow. Hell, they may never be ready, which is fine, because that's how you and I make a living, off of people that are not ready to make those types of moves or not willing to. And we're all needed. So it all works out, Coach. So we did get a question here from Natasha. She asked, you know, my question is, are these all cash deals? No, they're not all cash deals. And this is what we're getting ready to jump into right now. They're not. I've only purchased one property, all cash, one property. And I had to do that because the time constraints that I had to do financing, it wasn't in my best favor. You know, it wasn't in my favor. So in this case here, I had to move forward and do an all cash deal. And I actually knocked that one down with Coach T. But since then, I've never, I haven't done an all cash deal, and knocking on wood, I hope that I don't have to. The reason why I hope I don't have to is because I don't want to exhaust my funds to acquire an asset, but I will for the right asset, right opportunity. I sure will. So that's just my last resort. So let's hop right on into it. So
hold on. So you're gonna take risks with my money, huh?
Why not? Why not?
Because I'm not average. That's why you better take risks for my money. I don't mind. Go ahead. Be risky.
That's right. That's right. You're not the average coach. You're above and beyond. You're absolutely right.
Thank Natasha for bringing it out. He didn't tell me I was the only one using all my cash for.
No, you weren't the only one. I said, no, I knocked that one out with you. You weren't the only one. No, I did not go cash in there too.
Okay.
I actually, it was three of us that pitched in on that deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I had like between you and I, we had enough funds to actually close to actually purchase the deal. Then I brought in a third investor to actually fund the renovations. So we're able to make it, work. And so, so we made it work.
Well, hey, let me use that as a pivot point right there, brother. Listen, that goes to show y'all right there. I took a risk with him because he said, hey, here's a great deal. Here's the numbers. I didn't ask him about everything in there, the details and all that stuff. I didn't care. I really don't care now. The thing about it is I know what it's going to bring me back as a return on money, right? When you sign up for certain things, you're not going to know everything. When I went to college, I didn't know everything that's going to happen in college. I didn't know I was going to school, and I just paid a lot of money to get there. Well, I didn't pay. I had scholarships. I was smart enough to use my money for education. But I did that, right? But the thing about it is, it's the thing that I didn't know everything, but I made a decision based off of what I knew I was going to get in return. And what I knew I was going to get in return is more important than knowing how to get it. That's what I want to say right there. Coach came to me with opportunity. He said, hey, Coach, I think it's a good one. I need this many stacks. All right, Coach, no problem. Where wired it? I wired it. Okay, I asked him, hey, what's the return on this? And what's the time frame? That's all I care about, return and time frame. I don't have to touch nothing. I don't have to pick up nothing. I don't have to do nothing. I just got to call somebody, make sure I write the stuff up right and say, wire the money. Then I got to wire the money back to me and send the same information so he can get my return back and get the income back. That's it. So I don't care about the process. Process is the process. The return is what I care about, the benefit of it, right? And that's the same thing with education, same thing with any decisions I make. I care about what I'm going to get on the back end, not how the process is on the middle. I'm willing to do the work on the middle. All right, Coach, you got it.
Speaking of that, Coach, man, I sent you a message last night. Did you want to do Cash App or did you want to do like actually invoice me?
You know what?
Just take
however you do it, bro. It don't matter. We'll do it either way, man. No matter.
Yeah. And okay, cool. But let's dive right on into it because what I want to share with you guys is one, the question Natasha asked was, hey, is this a cash deal? No, it's not a cash deal. So what I want to discuss is, hey, how I'm actually financing these opportunities. Then two, how do I even know how much money I need to be borrowing, right? So how do I finance it? Then how do I know how much money I need to be borrowing? So the very first thing is, guys, this part here, this is widely used amongst real estate investors, widely used. So if anyone can go into Google and search hard money lenders, done. Okay, so now when you go to hard money lenders, you're going to get a list of different hard money lenders. It's a ton of them out there. See, I'm located in San Antonio. That's where I live right now. So you see San Antonio, Texas. So you're going to see this everywhere. But let's take a look at it. What does hard money actually mean? Okay, it's pretty simple. Hard money loan. A hard money loan is a short-term loan, typically 12 months or less, and it's an interest-only loan. So with those 12 months, you're only paying interest on the loan, okay? Now, when you get the actual loan, and I'll show you guys the lender I use. When you get the loan, you got some different criteria within the loan, okay, to actually be approved. But it is not hard. It is not hard at all. So this is one of the companies that I use, as my hard money lender. Not saying that you guys have to use them at all. Again, one of mine. And I'll tell you why I like to use them. I use them because they're fast, they're easy, and like the transaction is pretty smooth. Now, one of the things that I don't like about them is that their rates are higher than what other people's rates are. And that will be their interest rate on the loans, as well as their origination and closing costs. They're higher. However, they get the job done better than any other company out there. So if I'm in a state where I got, favorable terms from another lender, I go with the other lender. If I'm in a different location where, boom, I know I don't want to deal with no crap. I just want to get this thing closed in and out smoothly, fast, boom, I go with them. Okay. So let's take a look at the different types of loans that hard money lenders they actually offer. So I'm using this site here, this lender here as a their website as an example. So you have fix and flip loans. What are those? Those are loans where you're acquiring a property below market value with intentions to do renovations to the property to increase the value. Okay, that's all it is. Buy low, renovate it, increase the value. Okay. Then you have single family loans, rental loans. This is where you actually acquiring a property to actually just rent the property out, right? You're just buying it to rent it. Okay. You got portfolio loans. If you have, more than one property, you want to do it in one portfolio, boom, you just do it all together. So I'm not really going to get into the construction loans, the multifamily bridge loans. I'm going to just focus here on the single family loans really quick. Okay. So what you're looking at on a fix and flip loan, on average, what they're doing is the borrower is bringing on average anywhere from 10 to 20% of the for down payment, 10 to 20% of the purchase. Okay. So with that, you got 10 to 20%. So if you buying a property that's, let's say $100,000, if you have a good track record, all you need is $10,000 to close that deal. If you're brand new and you don't have a strong track record, you need $20,000 to close that deal. Right? So that's just on the purchase. You still got your renovations, right? So these lenders here, what they'll actually do, they will give you up to 90% of the purchase and 100% of the renovations. Let me repeat that. 100% of the renovations. Let me repeat that one more time. 100% of the renovations. So now this is one way you can actually do this deal, Miss Natasha. Let's say we saw that other property that I shared with you guys earlier. Okay, with that property there, we're gonna do some quick math really quick, and we're gonna do it together here. Let's see. So remember, I said they'll give you up to 90% of the purchase. I have a strong track record because I'm buying one and a half properties per month, right? So I can get 90% of purchase. So we're at 110,000, okay, times 0.9. They're going to give me $99,000 to purchase that property. So that means I need $11,000 to close that transaction. So $11,000, and I bring $11,000 to the table, and they're going to give me 100% of the renovations. So now I pick up the phone. Hey, coach, I got this deal here. Here's the terms. All right, you're in, I'm in, done. Draft up the paperwork, send it over to coach. Coach sends the wire, we're done. He eats that up. I eat that up. Other investors eat that up. So just that fast. Now, let's just say you don't have an investor, a private investor. You want to use your own capital. Hey, get you a credit card, liquidate it. You don't have a credit card, use your IRA, your 401k, your insurance policy, whatever you have there. Boom, pull out $11,000 to go buy your house. You got cash in the bank, use the 11 grand. You need to scrape it up with your friends and relatives. You guys do it collectively. Do it collectively. That's how you get it done. That's just one way. One way. Okay. So here's another loan that they actually have. Remember, said that they, I use them for multiple things. And let's take a look at another company. I like this company too. Let's see if it comes up here. Oh, no, that's not it. There we go. Yeah, I like RCN Capital too. They're one of my favorite companies out there to work with. However, you have to be like a really solid, client. If you're a really solid prospect and client, boom, you won't have any. You won't have like really hard challenges, right? But you really won't have hard challenges. But you really need to be a strong candidate, right? So let's look at the requirements for these. 12 months loan on a fix and flip, remember, and it's interest only. So here's one of the things that you have to look at. You got a minimum loan amount. Minimum loan amount is $50,000. See, it can get a little tricky. So the minimum loan amount is $50,000. However, you're not going to borrow a property. I mean, you're not going to buy a property for $40,000, right? And say, okay, hey, it's going to cost me $30,000 to renovate. It's going to be worth $200,000. So in this scenario here, if you have the property under contract for $40,000, remember, they're giving you 10%. All you have to do is bring 10% to the table. So that means $4,000, and they're going to finance 36. In that scenario here, the minimum loan amount is not there. So you need a property that you're going to purchase at about $55,000. Because remember, the minimum, the base level, you have to borrow at least 50 grand. So if you're going to buy a property, you need the value of the purchase price needs to be around $55,000. So to make it work for them. And that's just not their rules. You're going to find that pretty much across the boards. Anything below that, you would have to, do some creative things in which we can show you and teach you how to do those creative things as well. Here they have look, up to 85% of the purchase price plus 100% of renovations. You see, they put 85%, but if you're a strong candidate, strong track record, you get 90%. I get 90% from this company. Their rates start at 10%. Now, anyone out here that sees that 10%, you're like, oh my gosh, that's extremely high. Yes, it's high. If you keep the loan for a long time, remember, this is a short-term loan. You're in and out, in and out, in and out. Who cares if it's 10.5% and you're in and out of this transaction in 4 months? Heck, you better take that. Especially whenever it's no tax returns, no W-2s. I think that is tax returns. Nope, that's different. No W-2s, that's your paycheck stubs and stuff. So no tax returns, no W-2s, no proof of income. All you have to do is have a business and prove that it's in good standings. You see that? So you can go in and buy a property, and that's all you have to do. You go into Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and try to pull that off. See what happens. They're going to laugh at your face. Not in your face, at your face. That's how they're going to laugh. So that's why hard money loan lenders are like excellent for what we do as investors. So again, 100% of renovations. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing. Now let's look at the rental loans. So now 30-year rental loans. Now watch this. Here's the thing that I like about their 30 years. So if you go to, like a credit union or a bank, and you have a rental property, you're more than likely you're going to get a commercial loan, and your loan is you're going to have to, what do they call it? It's not fixed. You're going to have to refinance every 5 years, right? Here, you're going to get a fixed interest rate for 30 years, fixed interest for 30 years. They'll give you up to 80% LTV. So what does that mean? That means if you have a property is worth $100,000, they will give you up to $80,000, for that property. So that means you're leaving 20% of equity, they're cashing you out 80%, $80,000. So that's what that means. And here's your rates. They start at 5.8. That's honestly, that's just what the market is right now. Hopefully, we can get it back down to 5% because you can cash flow really, really well at 5%, but that's what the rates are going for right now. That is it. So this is why I like working with hard money lenders. Now, one of the things that you want to do whenever you contact a hard money lender, especially for the first time, you want to, you want to know like, hey, what kind of questions do I need to ask, right? What kind? So if you guys need this here, you can actually put your email, Coach will drop his information in the chat. You guys can reach out directly to Coach, and Coach will email you this hard money profile. You call them, you already know their name, address. This is stuff here that you get off of the website. You get this off the website. Now the email address could be, personal connect, boom, and you save this information. Now, when you're looking at their lending criteria, you're looking at, hey, LTV, that's loan to value. How high are they willing to go? Most lenders are willing to go up to 75% LTV on fix and flip loans. Let's see here if this lender shows. Let's see. They go up to 7.5 million. Whoa. So, here we go. 85%, up to 85% of the purchase. Here we go, 70%. Not to exceed 70%. Okay, so they're at 70%. So different lenders have different criteria, right? So whenever you're doing that, you're just filling that out. And now what is that based on? Is that based on the ARV, which means after repair value, as is, or purchase price? How are they lending? They're lending here based upon the ARV. Then, hey, will they lend on rehab? Will they do first, second, or third? When you're looking at first, second, or third, what that means is, are they willing to do a first lien position, a second lien position, a third lien position? So what that's asking is, are they willing to allow somebody else to fund the deal? And then they bring in that, in the example, we use that $11,000. Are they willing to take the second lien position and give us the $11,000? I don't know. That's a question that you want to ask when you're doing, when you're on the phone with them. Will they do third position? Some places will, some places won't. Okay. Is rehab combined with purchase price loan or separate? Most of the time, they're all combined, most of the time, but you can ask them that. And that's going to be determined upon which position that they're in. Okay. How's the money dispersed? Typically, because you guys aren't familiar with this process. Well, I don't believe it is. So if you guys are, it's just a refresher. But, the money is dispersed in forms of draws. So you get your money for your purchase when you close on the transaction with the title company. Then after that, you have to get work done. Then you request a draw from the bank. And what a draw is a payment from the bank. And then the bank will actually come in and issue you a payment. And I can give you an example of that. Let me see here. I'll do it here in a second. Actually, let me pull it up. So I just had to get on my guy. Okay. So here's what you got here. So you have a renovation budget of $65,000. Construction. That's the same thing. $65,000. That's the holdback. So I did my first draw. I got my work done. This is how much they paid out, $19,510. Okay. This is what's remaining. So I got to keep doing my work to keep getting the draws back. So that's what you do. You get work done, you submit for a payment. Get work done, submit for a payment. They don't give it all to you at once. Okay. So you got interest rates. This is just the other things, minimum loan, maximum loan, prepayment penalty, short-term loans, fix and flips. There's no prepayment penalty. If you have a 30-year loan, there's a step down, what they call a step down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or a 4, 3, 2, 1, which means that it's a prepayment penalty. So you have to pay, I think 4% of, I don't know what it's 4% of it. They would explain it to you. And that's on the rental loans. And, their application fees. Typically, there's no application fees, but there are loan origination fees. How many points? Your fees and your loan origination should be the same. Let's see, are you willing to to wrap fees and points into the loan? So if you're able to get that done, man, you could almost close the transaction with no money. And there is a lender out there that does that, that really does that. They'll actually wrap your monthly interest payments into your loan as well. So you don't have to pay monthly notes. And once you sell the property or pay the property off, you're able to get a credit, get that money back. How fast can you close? Minimum credit score. Here's something that's very interesting. Okay. Minimum credit score is typically 580. Of course, the better the score, the better the rates are. 580 is where you really want to be. Now, if you have a below 580 credit score, you partner with somebody. That's it. You just partner with somebody. And then you guys go ahead and close the transaction. I've done it several times to where I came on the deal as a credit partner. And I trusted the process because I was in control of the process. And I mean, like in control, I was like doing all of the work. And so, and they were just funding it. So we made it work. So you have this, let's see here. How will you use my credit information, yada, 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 all these things here. But you guys, you would want something like this, not so you could just go through and just ask all of these questions, but after the third time you would go through this, you would know exactly what to ask. And not only what to ask, what to look for on the website. Look here, their minimum credit score is 620. So remember when I told you that, hey, this one here is a little different than the other one. Yeah, it's a little different from the other one. Let's see what their minimum credit score is. See if they even have one. Oh, I got more stuff. Oh, 620, 680. See, yep. There you go. I guess the industry has gone up to a minimum of 620. But if you don't have a 620, again, I share with you, you can still get it done. You partner with somebody. You JV with someone with the credit. So you can still get things done. So yeah, I like it. It's pretty fast. You look at, remember I said the draws that you have to submit. Watch this. You put your address, email, inspection. If you're going to do a self-inspection, or you're going to pay somebody to go out and inspect it. Me, because I don't live, if I have something where I live, boom, I would do it myself. If not, I'll just pay somebody to go out. You guys saw it's $250 to do that, plus another $30 wire fee. So yeah, you just put that information in, boom, you put your draw. You put your draw request, just attach the file, boom. They send somebody out and they come back. They tell you, okay, we're going to give you this amount of money. So that's just how simple it is. So I know we're running close up on time here, and we didn't go. It's a couple more things that we could have touched upon, but we didn't, which is okay. But hard money is a great source, a great source when it comes to real estate investing. I love them. When I tell you I love them, I love them. And I've done, I don't know how many transactions. It's quite a few. but you know, that this is how I do them. So I buy and I can move very, very quickly. I buy, renovate, refi, repeat. That's what I do. Well, I forgot to say rent. So I buy, rent, renovate. I'm sorry, buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat the process. Refinance because I want to get the cash back that we put into the transaction and recirculate it. So yeah, that's it. So I hope that information was informative tonight. I hope it all made sense to you guys. If you got any questions, you know, now would be a good time. You can raise your hand. You can drop the questions in the chat box. And yeah, I'll love to assist you guys right now.
Hey, Coach. Well, no, thank you, man. I'm gonna come on real quick to just share with everyone the importance of what Coach just told you. It's funny, you know, I just had that on my heart to just say what I said earlier, and now Coach come back and say, if you are a seasoned investor and you done deals, you get a discount because you did deals already. If you're a solid investor, you showing you got a track record, you done deals, they give you a discount of 10 grand because you started and because you did a few deals and you learned. Now they willing to give you more money for less down. Right. So that goes with that part about taking action. Also, Coach spoke about he don't go to one place to get money. He spoke about interest rates being high. He spoke about different sources to use for different reasons. He talked about talking to your family members to borrow money to close a deal. He talked about going to your credit card and liquidating your money off your credit card to close a deal. He talked about high interest rates. I'm saying it like that for a reason, because we're so scared of interest. Interest is the devil. And Coach said, it doesn't matter. It's a short term, right? So why am I'm trying to phrase these words in a way that it catches your attention, that you understand that with great risk is more reward. Right? More reward if you take the risk. Interest is not the devil. You carry all the interest off on your taxes. You get a tax deduction at the end of the year. Once you start making money, you start looking at taxes different. Taxes is not evil no more. It's like, okay, because I did this, I don't have to pay as much taxes. Because I did this, I do not have to pay much taxes. I go to real estate networking events all the time. And the one thing they say around about February, March, and May and April timeframe is, man, I got my taxes done and I only owe this much. I only owe this much, 200,000, 50,000. They're all real estate agents that owe money. Investors say, hey, man, I did my taxes. I ain't got to pay in. The real estate agent is in the same networking business or building with us. And the real estate agent owe money in taxes, hundreds of thousands, like real money. The real estate investor saying, oh, I only paid like 3,000 this year. Yeah, man, they bust my head, 3,000. Wonder why. Who's taking the most risk? Person that get up every morning, going to find a house for somebody and signing a deal to them, or the person that's putting their money into deals and letting their money work for them, and they sit at home and they chill. Some of you can't imagine this because you haven't taken action. And I'm saying this to you so that once you start taking action, it's not new to you. You will start one day because you have it on your heart. You have it on your mind. Now you just got to put it momentum in. You got kinetic energy. Store it up right now. And you're ready to take off. You're just scared for whatever reason. And thank you, Miss. Thank you, Minty. She put in there, stop talking about me when I talking about scary earlier. But she made some phone calls today and she said she got pushed back politely, but it encouraged her to make more calls afterwards. Y'all don't see these messages. We get them directly. But she took action. And I know she's been dragging her feet for 2 weeks. And I've been asking her, when you call, I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm doing stuff. What you doing? Right? And she took action and she found not a bad result. Didn't get the results she wanted. She didn't get a win the first time and won't get it the 10th time or the 20th. But that one win is worth 10 grand. 10 grand. How many 10 grands you want? How many calls you gonna make? Right? Is 10 grand worth 100 calls? Because I know people that work every month and they make less than 10 grand. They're making $2,000. And they're going to work and they're busting their chops. Their coworkers don't like them. Their boss don't like them. And they're underappreciated. And they steady getting their butt up going to a job, sitting up there all day, coming home mad, taking out on their kids, taking out a significant other, but you won't risk getting on the phone and hearing somebody say, I'm not interested. For 10 grand. 10 grand. 10 stacks. That's pretty, your ego got in the way of everything. Your ego, right? Your ego. So coach, thank you, man, for telling us that we can leverage debt, that we can borrow from money that we already have. You explained how some people have 5 years amortization, 20-year amortization with a 5-year balloon note. That's what coach was talking about when he said you can get on a rotational cycle with the bank where you do that. I've done that a long time, and I still do. I have several houses with a balloon note. They give me a 20-year amortization, make the notes lower, but every 5 years, I got to refinance into another loan again. The bank keep getting richer. And guess what? They're so evil. They're bad guys. They're making money off of me. They know they can just give it to me. No, they got a business structure that works. And I have to deal with that business structure until I create my own. Let's stop looking at everybody for bad. And let's look at everybody for this work. Why can't I do it? Now I'm lending out their money, the bank money, to Joe for deals. And I'm making money off my money, and Joe is paying the debt. That's why he asked me, how do I want the money? He's paying the interest that I'm supposed to be paying on the money I lent him that the bank gave me to use for what I want to use for. I'm making money off of borrowed money.
Just think about that. Think about that.
It's the same thing you just said, coach. Take money off your credit card and then liquidate it and buy. Borrow from your friends. Right? Guys, it's just that easy. The only thing stopping you is 6 inches. From one ear to the other ear, your brain. You're the only one stopping you. Scared of somebody saying, I'm not interested in talking on the phone. Scared of somebody hanging up in your face. Scared of somebody saying, how you get my number? Scared of somebody saying, why are you calling me? That's all they're going to do when you call them. That's the worst results. Because these people are the same people going to work, working 9 hours, 10 hours, come home underappreciated, and you're calling them about their house that they're behind on. And they're working their butts off, and they can't pay for it. And you're calling them and you're reminding them, hey, you got a problem, and I'm trying to take it away from you. So they go off on you. And then you're like, okay, are you done going off on me? Now, can I help you with your problem? Because that's how cocky I am. You have a problem. Your house is behind on taxes. You got a tax lien. Your house, grass is growed up. Your windows are busted out. Your house is empty and not making money. It's costing you money because you got to pay taxes. You got to pay insurance. You're supposed to pay insurance. And you may be keeping a water bill or electric bill on or whatever. You may be. I don't know. But in the day, if the house sitting up, you got to worry about somebody squatting in your house. You got to worry about rats and roaches starting to live in your house. You have so many worries that I'm going to take your worries away when I call you. So I'm asking you, can I help you with a problem? I don't have a problem. You have a problem. And I'm here to solve your problem. If you're a buyer and you're buying houses, you got a problem. You don't like calling people, asking them, what can you buy their house? You like working and making your money work for you, and you're a lazy investor that don't want to actively go find deals. So if I'm calling people that like to buy more properties and already have rental properties, they got a problem. They want more, but they don't want to do the work. Okay, then here I got wholesalers that people are there, real estate investors, but they use the wholesale strategy to build their net worth. They're building their net worth. They're building their net worth by making 10 grand a month, 5 figures a month by setting a goal. So I want to make 10 grand this month. So if I got to make 1,000 calls to make 10 grand, it's well worth it because I met the goal I set. And I don't care about the person I talk on the phone with because I'm here to solve their problem. And if they don't have a problem, then I need to call somebody else till I find somebody with a problem. Coach, was that easy enough said? Hey, if they don't have a problem, I'm going to keep calling till I find somebody with a problem. And I'm going to make 10 grand this month because I'm determined to make 10 grand because I'm valuable. And what I provide to other people is valuable. And people need my service. Not everybody. That right person need my service. And how do I find that right person? By telling everybody I'm in real estate. I partner with people that got money that want more real estate. So if you have a problem, I'm going to take it off your hands. And guess what Coach just told me? I can use hard money loan if I want to keep the property for myself. If I want to keep the property for myself, I have no excuse because I know that I just sold a wholesale 2 deals this month. I got 20 grand in my pocket. I use that 20 grand for my down payment and the bank is going to give me 90% of the other money, all the rest of it. And I'm going to remodel this house. And now I went from having 20 grand in my pocket to making an active $1,000 more a month passively because I got a rental property. $500 more a month passively because I got a rental property. And I got a property manager managing it. I'm not managing that crap. I'm gonna let somebody else deal with toilets and squeaky wheels and furnaces going out. I'm gonna let my property manager answer that phone call. Because I want my money to make money and I don't want to work for my money. Guys, if this don't make any sense, I'm sorry. I apologize for talking over my head about stuff that I actually do in my life. And then I retired my mom because I did this. I bought my uncle a nice 2013 truck. He's 60 years old. He never had a brand new truck, a nice truck, a truck with 50,000 miles on it. He did all the shopping for it. He kept running it to me. I paid cash because he's my handyman. He's my project manager. And I need him to have reliable, nice vehicles as he represent my company and drive around to the houses and take care of my tenants. My mom is my property manager. You deal with those people. You're not going to let them mess over your son. Retire from that job working for people that don't love you and work with the man that loves you the most, your baby boy. And I'm proud of me for taking risks when my mom told me, don't do this. Don't do real estate there. People mess over you. They're bad. But I retired her first. I wanted to show her, yeah, they're so bad that you get to stay at home and sleep in your bed until you want to get up. You get to work on your books as you see fit. You get to live the lifestyle that you want. And my mom come and see me in North Carolina all the time. And I fly her up here. And when I was in Virginia, worked for the Pentagon, I flew her up there and she stayed for a month at a time. And she get to be around my son and her grandkids because her son, took a risk with money. And I made more money. And I'm steady making money to take care of my family. I love my mom. Do you love your mom? Do you love your dad? Do you want to do those things for them? Then stop being scary. Stop. Take your chance. Go out there and do the work and reap the benefits. I'm done preaching.
Hey, amen. Amen. Wow. Pass the collection plate. Well, hey, Coach, man, fabulous job. I appreciate everyone that joined. Again, if you guys, looking for more information, would like more information, reach out to Coach. We are a call away, a text away, an appointment away. We'll love to assist you guys with getting started with your real estate investing career. Coach, hey, if you need me, brother, you know where to find me. I'm here.
I have a good night. And I guess tonight, man, I took a nap and made me wake up preaching. Hey, y'all have a great evening today. Thank y'all for coming. My 15 minutes. I would not preach to y'all on the phone. It's all about y'all talking to me about your dreams, your goals, and your passions. So you get on that 15-minute call. I want to hear what you're trying to do, and we'll see if we got to plan that path for you. Take care. Have a blessed and enjoyable night. And I better share this before we get off. Next week, I'm going to talk about marketing because I know some of y'all are still struggling with marketing. So I will talk about marketing. I pivot. I was going to talk about a market analysis, but that means nothing if you don't understand marketing. So I'm going to teach about marketing next week. Coach Joe, I don't know what we're going to do, but we are going to take that 5th week out, man. I need a break. I think I'm running too much. Just got back from Cincinnati and I dozed off and couldn't wait back up until you called me. So I need a break. So next week, next week I'll teach. The week after that, you on again. And I'll get your topic and we'll get that out. And then the 5th week, guys, we're going to take off and let y'all do independent studies, right? You need to go work on your own. We do have financial security group to talk about how your money make money. We got a wild way to be group. These people that's trying to start their business from scratch and not real estate wise, but any kind of business, right? So wild way to be great. It teaches you about business models and everything of that nature. Our private group meets first and third, and then we do have a BRRRR group, right? We do have a BRRRR group. Once you get so many wholesale deals, you're going to want to keep a deal. And once you start want to keep a deal, you know what to do with that deal and how to make it passive money. So this is the group when you get to that point. For every 3 wholesales, your 4th one should be buying a property. So we're playing Monopoly with money, Monopoly with real life situation. You wholesale 3 and use the profits from that 3 to buy your rental. And then you wholesale 3 and use the profit from those 3 to rehab your rental, right? And make it perfect. And then you refinance it, you get all your money back in cash. Well, a cash out refinance. So you get equity and you get some money out to pay yourself, say, job well done, go take some people out to eat, go appreciate everybody and start back. So hard money was today. Next Monday, I'll be teaching about marketing strategies. Coach will come back with a topic. We'll tell y'all that sooner or later. And then we off the 5th week, we're going to take a break and let y'all rest and then do some independent work on your own. All right. I will be doing some phone calls and probably some meetings with people and getting them on the go. So I would like to recap on that. I'm sorry about that, Coach. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night and talk to y'all very soon on the 15-minute call.